NC Math 1 release items, question number 13, calculator inactive. What is the value of the positive 0 of the function f defined by f of x equals x squared minus 121? Try this on your own, and we're going to go over it in 3, 2, 1, boom. So what does it mean to have a positive 0? A 0 of a function is the value of x. So what is x when y equals 0? That's what it's saying. Just a 0 in general. So a 0 is when y equals 0. What is value of x? Now this indicates that there may be a positive and a negative 0, but regardless, you got to know what y is. When you have a function here, anytime you see f of x or g of x or h of x, p of x, whatever, that's y. Okay, so I can write this as y equals x squared minus 121. Now that I know, oh, y is 0, I can say 0 equals x squared minus 121. You are solving that equation. I'm going to move that over here. And I'm going to write it as x squared minus 121 equals 0 and get the x on the left side. Does it matter which side you put it on? Not at all. So how am I solving this for x? Well, I have to add 121 to both sides. And I'm going to get x squared equals 0 plus 121. Well, what is the squared? Second power. That means that what number times itself is equal to 121. So you might know that, right? You think about, well, let's see, x squared. Let's see. I know that 5 times 5 is 25. So 5 squared is 25. I know that 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 squared is 36. See what I'm saying? So if you didn't know like how to undo a square, you can just kind of manually try your numbers until you get the right answer. So see if you can figure that out. And I'm betting you got 11. If not, test it out. 11 times 11. 11 times 11 is going to be 121. So 11 squared is 121. So you have to know some of your times tables here. 10 times 10 is 10 squared. 10 squared is 100. Probably should know up till 13. So you might want to just know your perfect squares. Here they are for you if you need to memorize them. So there you go. Those numbers they're so frequently used. But with all your math classes, you should probably just know what all those squares are. So just kind of commit it to head. So you know 11 squared is going to be 121. So the answer is going to be 11. For those of you interested, if you want to break it down a little bit further, when you're solving the equation x squared equals 121, technically there are two answers to it, a positive and negative. It better explains itself with a graph, but for purposes right now, since we're graph calculator inactive, just know that when you take a square root of a number, that undoes a square. So a square root and a square cancel out. That's the inverse operation. Now, technically, the square root of 121 is 11, but when you're solving the equation like that, for you all nerds out there, you take a positive and a negative. So there are actually two answers to this, plus or minus 11. So what that means is one of your answers is a positive 11, and one of your answers is negative 11. Because I want you to think about why negative 11 works. Now, if you already got the answer 11, you understand that, then you can obviously skip this. But this is just for y'all nerds here. Uh, Negative 11 squared is negative 11 times itself. Well, what do you get when you multiply something by itself? You get a positive number. Negative 11 times a negative 11. Two negatives multiply to a positive, right? So that's 121 minus 121, which also gives you 0. So 11 and negative 11 are both answers to this equation. However, the answer wants to know the positive. So that's why the answer is just simply 11. All right, thanks for watching.